Live video is starting. Live video is starting. What up, what up, what up? TikTokers in the house. Okay, live video's up. Boom. We are live on Facebook. Boom. Check it out. All right, good. Camera's working. Camera one, camera one, camera one. Camera one, good. Mic check, mic check. Mic too loud. Mic too loud. Got to adjust the mic. Mic too loud. Fix that. What up? What up? The notary giant. Let's go. All right. Mic was too loud. Okay. Mic's fixed. Good. Camera one. Boom. Camera two. Boom. Camera three. Boom. All right. Cameras are set. Everything good? Everything good. Focus in check. Focus in check. Can they see this pimple or zit or whatever you got on your cheek? Yes, they can see it. Okay, switch to the other camera. Much better. All right, we'll stay over on this side. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? All right, TikTok live. Yes, TikTok live. Check. Podcast in tune. Yes, podcast happening and growing and people listening, which is amazing. Thank you for that. YouTube, is it happening and is it cracking in? Well, it's got its challenges. YouTube's its own beast, but we are there. Okay, all of that is in place. Yes. Are we live? Yes. Camera's working? Yes. Mic's working? Yes. Okay, boom. Then let's hit the intro. Intro time. Good morning and welcome to the #1 morning show in America. I am your host, Glenn Lundy, husband to 1, father to 9, author, speaker, and the founder of 800%.life. It's 5:30 a.m. and it's time to rise and grind. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? That's right, let's go! Come on! Golly, dude, let's go! You're like, dang, Glenn, you're loud today. My spouse is trying to sleep. The kids are trying to sleep. Why are you yelling at me? Let's go. Come on, dude. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is, this is why I'm yelling at you. Because today is Tuesday, a.k.a. Taco Tuesday. Okay, thank you, Liza. Sorry, I forgot. I didn't mean to yell directly at you. Today is Tuesday, May 5th, 2026. Taco Tuesday. You know what happens on Taco Tuesday? You got to get down with your tacos. We go to Grandma's house on Taco Tuesday. My stepdad, Everett, he makes the tacos. The kids have tacos. We have tacos. Taco Tuesday is always great. However, today's a little bit different because today is also Cinco de Mayo. Now you gotta understand, this is like the Super Bowl of Taco Tuesdays. Do you understand that? When you mix Taco Tuesday together with Cinco de Mayo, Allison, now you're talking like next level. It's a next level experience. I don't know, maybe it happens like Halley's Comet or something, right? It happens once every so many years. Taco Tuesday lands on Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo. So what a day to be alive. Are you kidding me? The Super Bowl of tacos. Our friend Sarah Ball, who used to be in here all the time, we called her Taco. She sure loved her freaking tacos. I guarantee you, Sarah is celebrating Taco Tuesday today. Today is Tuesday, May 5th, 2026. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be. First and last time it'll ever be. Tuesday, May 5th, 2026. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most, Bill Harrison, and I do mean the absolute most of this absolutely incredible, incredible day. Coming to you live from Lexington, Kentucky, where we have had some warm weather the last couple days, which has been super, super nice. And we are sitting officially at 594 days before Glenn Lundy's 50th birthday. Now, that might not mean much to you, probably means very little to you, but that means something to me. I've been counting down the days to my 50th birthday. I've got some big goals that I need to achieve by my 50th birthday. I've got some promises that I've made that I need to keep by my 50th birthday. So it's 594 days until my 50th birthday. Today is also, which do me a favor, tag your friends, hit the share button, get everybody in here, all that good stuff. I would greatly appreciate it. Over on TikTok, share, tag your friends, so on and so forth. YouTube, make sure you drop a comment. Let me know that you stopped by. 594 days until I'm 50 years old. We're also 31 days until Glenn Lundy competes in his very first HYROX event. Do any of you know what HYROX is? If you know what HYROX is, just drop it in the comments real quick. Yes, Glenn, know what HYROX is. You don't have to define what HYROX is. I'm going to share that with everyone. But if you know what HYROX is, go ahead and drop it in the comments. Yes, I know what HYROX is, or hit a like, hit a love, whatever. If you don't know what HYROX is, Miss Ann Margaret, or my friend Tony Thorstad, who just joined us, or Ms. Fit Mom, she knows what HYROX is, I guarantee you. Allison Turner knows what it is. So I am competing in my first HYROX event in exactly 31 days. Now, this is something, Liza, that you and Danelle should do. You and Danelle should do either a couples or a single HYROX event. I know you guys do fitness challenges every year. So HYROX is a bunch of crazy white people torturing themselves for, depending on how fit or not fit you are, anywhere from 1 hour and 10 minutes, like my friend Rob Ruth does, all the way to 4+ hours, like it took my white friend Sam to do last year. But I'm going to show you a video right here for those of you that are watching on Facebook, or if you're on TikTok, you should be able to see and hear the video. For those of you that are listening to the podcast, you'll just get audio only, play some music. It'll be 60 seconds. Just enjoy the music for 60 seconds. But I'm going to show you a video of what HYROX looks like so that you can get an idea of what I'm going to be doing here in 31 days. Here it is. Check it out.
I'm not gonna lie, daughter had it on a yagi, her brain fried. My lady Papa Zenny, had her lady popping molly while she waiting on me. Yogi my area, keep on heading if you want. I drive it like you know, I don't wanna hear you. Just ain't you know, like I'm not gonna lie, daughter had it on a yagi, her brain fried. My lady Papa Zenny, had her lady popping molly while she waiting on me. Yogi my area, keep on heading if you want. I drive it like you know, I don't wanna hear you. Just ain't you know, like I'm Bango, cutting my hair. I just keep going though, 소식껏 날 믿고 I fly non-stop. Kelly에서 New York 구름 위로 hop on. Drive out and riding birds, honeyberry counting doves. I do what I wanna do, 그게 나의 문의원. 너넨 꿈꾸지 말만 많지, just do it. Like Nike, just do it. Get to know me and I 내 flow가 짧은 눈이 분위기는 chill. Fendi snakes on my belt, yeah I'm feeling first class. Yo, don't cash flow. Ooh, pop it on my glass. Ooh, pop that pass. Ooh, smoke that gas. Cash play, blackjack, monkeys on my pick. 100, 200, multiply. Dollar sounds my lullaby.
There it is, folks. There it is. That is what HYROX looks like. And as confirmed by that video, as you can see, it is absolutely a competition for white people. There ain't one black folk, not one black person in that whole video. Thousands of people in there, not one black dude in the whole dang video. What's up, Mike Strong? But I am competing in a HYROX event, 31 days. You end up running a total of 5 miles. It's half a mile at a time. And in between each half mile is when you do a different exercise, whether it be the sled pulls or the sled pushes or the wall balls or the lunges with the 50-pound sandbag on your shoulders, or you're doing the rows, or you're doing the burpee jumps or the farmer carries or whatever. So you run a half a mile, then you do the exercise, then you run a half a mile, then you do the exercise, you run a half a mile, you do the exercise, and you do that freaking 10 times until you get through all 10 levels. And so I'm going to be competing in that in a few days. And I have been, 30, just over 30 days. I have been training for this HYROX event. I have been training for the HYROX event since January 1st. I started right at the beginning of the year. Lunges with sandbags looks exciting. What is wrong with you? There is something wrong with you. What do you mean lunges with sandbags looks exciting? There's nothing exciting about lunges with sandbags. Nothing exciting. So I've been training since January 1st. Now here we are in the home stretch. I've worked out every single day this year, worked through a couple of injuries and so on and so forth. But I'm in the home stretch. So yesterday I pulled all the sugar out of my house. We called it sugar. We're going to call it sugar-geddon, because what I want to do, I've been training, I've been building strength and so on and so forth. I've been building muscle. I've gained 5 pounds this year through my workouts in muscle, so on and so forth. So now what I want to do is get sugar out of my life for the next 30-something days, not forever, but I want to get sugar out of my life for the next 30-something days. Hopefully I can shave off like 15 pounds of unnecessary crap, but stay strong, because that will make my runs over here at HYROX like even freaking more amazing. So yesterday we needed to shift the culture of our house a little bit anyway, because we all eat too much crap in our house. And so I pulled all the sugar out of the house. Now, the way it is going to be for me is I get no sugar at all. Like, I can have natural sugars, but no artificial sugars, because I want to be lean and mean 30-something days from now. As far as the house, they can still get sugar. Like today, they're going to go to Taco Tuesday, and Grandma's going to give them some ice cream, and that's totally fine. We're just yanking it out of my house. Now, this no sugar for the next 35 days is the exact opposite of how it's been for the last couple weeks. Because for the last couple weeks, I went on a trip to the West Coast with my daughters. 7 cities, 11 days, 3 major parks. There were morning sunrise hikes. There was yoga. There was pickleball. There was an event with all of my members of 800% Club. There was Sharon Lecter speaking. There was Scott Flansburgh speaking. There was Kristen Kingsbury speaking. We went to a tank museum. There was boat shows. There was the beach. There was surfing. Right? All these things, different things in all these different cities. 15 hours in a Jeep Wrangler of driving. There was swimming pools. There was candy. There was treats. We ate fast food. All kinds of crazy stuff, right? There were 7-mile runs. There was fitness centers. There was different gyms. There was backwards walks on the beach, and there were all kinds of lessons. And I told you yesterday, and I'll tell you again today, we're going to dive into some of those lessons this week. But before we do, you know what we got to do on this show. Before we go into the lesson. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go. There we go. Before we do, you know what we got to do on this show? We got to do some dancing. We got to get these bodies in motion. An object in motion stays in motion. An object at rest stays at rest. So I need you to get your body in motion. Wherever you are on the planet, I want you to do some dancing right now. If you're at work, just get up, start dancing. People will be looking at you like you're crazy. It's okay. If you're in the car, do some car dancing. If you're the kids in the back seat, just do some dancing in the back seat. That's totally cool too. If you're on a run, maybe you're working out, maybe you're in the gym, whatever. Use this time. Go a little bit harder, just a little bit harder, a little bit more weight, a little bit more speed. It's only going to last about a minute. You've absolutely got this. Wherever you are, maybe you're in London, maybe you're in Egypt, maybe you're in South Africa. I don't know where you are. Do some dancing. Get your body in motion. If you're in bed, get your rear end up out of bed. We got stuff to do today. It's Cinco de Mayo Taco Tuesday. This is also the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button, because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, We can change the way people start their day. It'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you, yes, you, to hit that share button. Last but not least, this is the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching this show live or you're watching this show on replay, say what's up and I'll say what's up back. Robert Pollard, I see you over there on TikTok. Thanks for being here. Fit Mom, thanks for being here with us over on TikTok. The Fixed Ops Doc is over on TikTok. The Notary Giant is over on TikTok. Thank you all for being here. Over on Facebook, I see Youngin Johnson is in the building. Tanya Colquhoun is up in here. Tara Hope, good morning to you. Bill Harrison. Good morning, Bill Harrison. Thank you for being here, sir. I greatly appreciate it. Trisha Rue is in the building. Spencer Nicholson is in the building. Mike Larkin is in the building. Rodney Rock Hatfield, good morning to you, sir. Mike Larkin, good. I already said good morning. I'll say it again. Tosh Queen, good morning. Thanks for being here. Tony Thorstad in the building. Luis Grafton, no niece. Thank you for being here this morning. David Michelle Moore is in the building. Tony Schmidt is in the building. If dad ain't eating no sugar, ain't nobody eating no sugar. That's right. That's how we roll. David and Michelle Moore. Tony's on day 46 of no sugar. Congratulations. Got to feel amazing. I'm positive of that. Robin Wilshan's in the building this morning. Thanks for being here. My friends over on Clubhouse, thank you for being here. My Clubhouse friends that are with me every single morning. I greatly appreciate you. Those of you that are listening on the podcast, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you being here. Good morning to you. Those of you on YouTube, good morning. Make sure if you're watching on replay, drop a comment. Let me know that you stopped by. Otherwise, I won't know. You'd just be like it'd be like an Irish goodbye without ever giving an Irish hello. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just don't make no sense. So drop a what's up in the comments, in the chat, so that I know that you're here. Dwayne Moser, thanks for being here as well. Couple quick announcements. We have a Morning 5 app, a quick update on the app. So the point of the app was to allow us to come together on our daily morning routines, gain points for doing those activities, and then be able to exchange those points for gear, Rise and Grind gear, 800% gear, so on and so forth. We are having an issue with the store that we set up and the company that we set the store up with. They're not able to deliver some of the things that we need, and so we're having to pivot as far as that goes. So my apologies for the delay. We were hoping to have the store up and running, fully functional by the end of April. Here we are, May 5th, and we're having to pivot on that a little bit. Hang in there. It is coming, all right? It is coming. Also, the point schedule will shift and change a little bit in there. Once we get all of that sorted out, I'll let you know with the updates. This is kind of what happens when you jump in on the beta version of an app. So just wanted to give you an update on that. Also, wanted to make sure to let you know we do have a sales workshop. If you are in sales, lead people that are in sales, want to learn about sales, we have an in-person workshop May 19th and 20th right here in Lexington, Kentucky. Just go to 800%.life/events, 800%.life/events. It is a free event. Come join us. Last but not least, if you are a prayerful person, our friend Scott Simons, his father passed away just recently over the last few days, and they'll be having services, I believe, this weekend. But if you are a prayerful person, just prayers and thoughts for Scott and his family as they go through this trying season. It is always tough to go through loss. It is always tough, but it can be less tough when we can go through these types of things together. So if you don't mind, if you're a prayerful person, some prayers up for the Simons family as they go through this season. All right. That's it for my announcements for today. Let's go into the lesson.
And welcome back. You know where we're at. We're going back to Cali.
All right. So yesterday we talked a lot about pickleball, because my daughter Meredith teamed up with an NFL player, and we had a 44-person pickleball tournament, 22 teams competing across 6 courts in Scottsdale, Arizona. Perfect weather. It's perfect weather. Very competitive situation for all involved. And ultimately, my daughter and her NFL playing partner took second place as Richard Slay and James Mercer, the two that you see to the right, ultimately took first. It was an incredible bonding moment as my daughter experienced something, a once-in-a-lifetime experience probably for her, and they happened to capture it all on video. And here is a quick little recap of how well I handled that loss, where my 10-year-old and her NFL partner beat me out of the tournament, knocking us out of our chances to be the champions. But it was all captured on video. And here's that video for you. For those of you that are watching on Facebook, you should be able to see it on TikTok as well. Check it out. All right, so we're down to, there's 5 teams remaining. We've got an undefeated team over there, and then we've got the 4 other teams that have all lost once. Me and Frank just came back from being down 0-7. Now we're playing against the toughest team in the tournament, hands down, bar none. This girl right here, Meredith Lundy, and her B-rated player, Frank Zombo, over here. Well, I think that she probably should be MVP. That doesn't mean I'm not going to beat her. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
I'm totally gonna beat him.
A few moments later.
I can't believe it!
Look, we lost to a great team out there. You know, forget that she's a little girl. Like, she's just a beast.
All I know is for the rest of my life, my daughter will remind me of this day.
She was the better Lundy
But
today.
she was the better Lundy today. So there it is. As you can see, she took down the house trophy. She didn't quite make the championship trophy. She did take down the house trophy. But, of course, I took care of it. I handled it like a real winner, like a real champion. I showed her what good sportsmanship looked like. And it was so funny. She's like, I'm going to beat him. She is a woman of very few words, but very strong actions. So yesterday we talked about pickleball. Today we're going to make our way over to the Grand Canyon. I don't know if you've ever been to the Grand Canyon, but the Grand Canyon is a majestic place, carved over millions of years, if you believe what science has to say, carved over millions and millions of years by the Colorado River. It is one of the 7 wonders of the world. And what I did is I timed it perfectly to where we arrived at the Grand Canyon at night, so they couldn't see any of it. Meredith couldn't see it. Willow couldn't see it. And we stayed in a cabin right on the ridge so that the next morning I woke them up at sunrise, just before sunrise. And we went out to the canyon. And the first time my daughters ever saw the Grand Canyon, one of the 7 wonders of the world, one of the first times, or not one of, the first time they ever laid eyes on the Grand Canyon was right at sunrise. Timed it perfectly. It was beautiful. It was amazing. I mean, just absolutely beautiful. And so after the sunrise, we saw the sunrise and all the extra, light and so on and so forth. We had an opportunity to really take in the Grand Canyon. I asked the kids what they thought. And their response was, "It's cool, Dad, but it doesn't have a pool." Pretty clear. It's cool, Dad, but it doesn't have a pool. Now, you got to keep in mind, I drove from Scottsdale. I drove like 4 hours to this place. A couple stops along the way, stopping in Sedona, stopping in Flagstaff, going out of my way to create this magical moment. Paid a butt ton of money to stay in a hotel or a cabin right on the ridge of the canyon. Perfect timing, all of the things. It's cool, Dad, but it doesn't have a pool. Now, you also have to keep in mind, like, we were out there in nature. I mean, there were elk everywhere that would let us just like walk right up to them. Like there was just elk cruising around the park. Like this was an experience, man. This was the experience of a lifetime. Are you kidding me? You get to see one of the greatest wonders of the world. You get to see elk up close, so on and so forth. Like we're talking about a place that people come from all around the world, dude. There's trails for days into this thing, right? Trails that you can go down into the canyon, you can do the hiking, so on and so forth. However, I did not think to confirm and make sure that there was a pool. I didn't do that. Because in the midst of all the beauty and in the midst of all the things, in the end, there was nowhere to swim. And because there was nowhere to swim, as soon as we kind of saw the canyon, my kids were like, cool, Dad, can we get to somewhere that has a pool? Now, luckily for me, Lake Havasu was on the horizon. Next stop, Lake Havasu, London Bridge Hotel with a pool. So redemption was on the way. However, the lesson that I learned and that you need to learn and that we all need to learn together is, look, bro, we have to quit. You and I have got to quit trying to impress people with the things that matter to us, and instead we just need to meet people where they are. Like, to me, the Grand Canyon's this big, beautiful, majestic thing carved through, like unbelievable. I could hike down in it for hours. I could hike out of it. Like the nature, the cabin, all of that. To me, incredibly valuable. Wow, what an amazing thing. To them, it was a hole in the ground, bro. It was a hole in the ground. So we went to Havasu. We drove 5 hours across the country, went to Havasu. When we got there, they had this awesome pool with the water slide.
Too slow, too slow. That one time you came flying out of there.
The first time?
No, the third time.
Sometimes I slow myself down.
Yeah.
And so it's beautiful. So we invested more time at the swimming pool in Lake Havasu than we did at the Grand Canyon, one of the 7 wonders of the world. And the kids had a blast. They had a blast at the swimming pool in Havasu. They didn't want to get out. They didn't want to leave. I mean, we were in that pool all stinking day. Sun went down. They were still in it at night. I finally had to drag them out of it. They couldn't wait to leave the Grand Canyon. So listen, man, we gotta meet people where they are. We need to take the time to understand what people want, why they want what they want, and find a way to meet them there. In business, I work with owners and general managers of car dealerships all across the United States and Canada. One of the very first things I teach them is our industry is so backwards. Most car dealerships, for those of you guys that are not in the car business, most car dealerships will go out and find inventory, like not on the new side, but on the used side. They'll go out and find inventory, go buy it from an auction or from a private party or whatever. They'll go out and buy inventory. Then they'll put the inventory on the lot, and then they'll try to create demand for that inventory, right? It's like, hey, I have red car, 50,000 miles with a sunroof. Now I'm going to go try to generate leads on a red car with 50,000 miles with a sunroof. And one of the first things I teach is, no, we're doing this backwards. Let's look at the data. What type of vehicles are people actually searching for in your area? And then let's go get those types of cars. Let's go meet people where they are. Instead of trying to create demand for a red car with 50,000 miles with a sunroof, instead, if people are searching for a black car with 40,000 miles without a sunroof, then let's go get the black car with 40,000 miles without a sunroof, because that's where the customer's at. And so it's so backwards, right? And I think in a lot of businesses, we do this. We create a product, or we have a thought, or we have an idea. We have a coaching program that we believe in, that we think's valuable. We have certain tools that we like to use, or that we think make sense, right? I was talking with a fellow keynote speaker of mine the other day. I'm like, look, bro, the thing that you're passionate about matters to you, and I get it. And you got to bring that passion to the keynote, but you got to tie it into the things that matter to me, because some of us don't care about what you care about. We appreciate your passion for it, but you got to meet me where I'm at. What's valuable to me? So listen, this is true in business. This is also true in your relationships. My wife and I are very, very, very different human beings. The things that she finds valuable are very different than the things that I find valuable. I'm going to do a HYROX in 31 days. Like, you'll never catch my wife doing a HYROX. Like, that's not her jam. That's not her style. That's not valuable to her. Going and torturing yourself for however amount of time, she has no interest in that. Getting up at 3:50 in the morning to come do a daily morning show, she ain't doing it, bro. There's a reason why my friend Heather Parody subs in for the 2 weeks I'm gone, and not my best friend, Leslie Lundy. Some of you are in relationships where you're trying to get this other person to come join you where you are. And I'm telling you, man, the lesson is go meet them where they are. If you care about them, you love them, you want that relationship to thrive, go meet them where they are. You're over here trying to deliver a Grand Canyon experience, and they're just wanting to hang out at the pool, bro. They just want to hang out at the pool, man. You're over here trying to carve things out of stone, taking 7 million years to carve this beautiful landscape that's going to look incredible at sunrise, when you could have just dug a hole in the backyard, put some lining and some water in it. You and me, my friend, we complicate this thing. Same thing is true when it comes to fitness or any of the other areas of your life, dude. You have got to figure out what's valuable to you so that you can stay in that lane, and then figure out what's valuable to other people and meet them in that lane. The more often you can find ways to meet people where they are, it's going to save you time. It's going to save you energy. It's going to save you effort. But ultimately, and most importantly, it's going to elevate joy. It's going to elevate joy for you. And more importantly, not more importantly, equally as importantly, it's going to elevate joy for them. These kids were filled with, when they were looking at the canyon, they were like, yeah, it's cool. When they were coming down that water slide, pure joy. Pure joy. And as a father, as a parent, as a husband, as your friend, what I want for them, what I want for my wife, and what I want for you is pure joy. I want you to experience pure joy. So listen, friends, you and I are children of God, the God of the universe, the God that made everything. That God made you and I to be the best versions of ourselves that we can possibly be. And in doing so, instilled certain values in us, things that you and I believe to be true, that are our philosophies on this thing called life. But if you really want to live a life of joy and purpose and passion, find a way to deeply plant yourself in the things that you value most, and at the same time, be willing to go meet people in the places that they find most valued. We are uniquely made, no two of us the same. Quit trying to drag people into your world. Instead, meet them in theirs. Listen, I'm going to head out of here. I'm going to head over to the gym. I've got intense workout today. I'm going to head over to the gym and continue to prepare for my HYROX event that's coming up in New York City, June 6th. Super excited about that. I hope you have an amazing Taco Tuesday here today on Cinco de Mayo 2026. And I'll be back again tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. We'll do it all over again with some more lessons from this incredible trip to the West Coast. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yo, check the blueprint. It ain't about the mountain, it's about the steady hand. Foundation is king, solid.
I'm not gonna lie, 다들 하지 뻔한 이야기 her brain fried My lady papa Zenny, other lady popping molly Why she waiting on me? 여긴 나의 area, 여긴 my area Keep on heading if you want, I drive it like you know I don't wanna hear you, 죽였잖아 이제 넌 like I'm Bango Cutting my hair, I just keep going though 소신껏 날 믿고 I fly non-stop Kelly에서 New York 구름 위로 hop on Drive out and riding birds, honeyberry counting doves I do what I wanna do, 그게 나의 문의원 너넨 꿈꾸지 말만 많지 just do it Like Nike just do it Get to know me and I 내 flow가 짧은 눈이 분위기는 chill Fendi snakes on my barrel Yeah I'm feeling first class Yo 이런 cash flow
Brick by brick, yeah, that's the way.
All right, so we're down to, there's 5 teams remaining. We've got an undefeated team over there, and then we've got the 4 other teams that have all lost once. Me and Frank just came back from being down 0-7. Now we're playing against the toughest team in the tournament, hands down, bar none. This girl right here, Meredith Lundy, and her B-rated player, Frank Sambo, over here. Well, I think that she probably should be MVP. That doesn't mean I'm not going to beat her. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
I'm totally gonna beat him.
A few moments later.
I can't believe it!